Dr. Darrell Wolf, and today we have Dana New with us, and we're going to be talking about what a New World practitioner is. We're going to talk about her business and how she runs her business, but guess what? Her business is about your business, and that is, let me ask you a question. If you had perfect circulation, what would you have? Well, I'll give you the answer. It's called perfect health. And understand something. If you don't understand crystallization, scar tissue formation, calcification, then you don't understand the blocks that happen in the body that actually create all the mutations in the body. Remember something, if you had perfect circulation, you wouldn't have any dis-ease because you wouldn't have any lack of oxygen. Your oxygen would be at its prime. And understand, there's only one person that ever received the Nobel Prize for discovering the cause of cancer, and that was Dr. Otto Warburg. And that was that when your cells become 35% deficient in oxygen for more than 3 days, then they actually, what they call mutation, we just call, they go into survival mode, because now they're going to live off of lactic acid and they're going to live off of sugars. Okay. And understand, in most people, you're going to find tons of lactic acid and tons of sugars because they don't even know that there's maltodextrin and all of these other additives because they don't have to tell you. But the reality is that if you had energy medicine devices, which we do with our Power Pack clinics, it's called the cell sonic regeneration and the Cardiomed bed. You're going to bring down the thunder, but we're going to talk to Dana New about her Cardiomed bed and her doing Wolf non-surgical and putting people on a perfect day diet and the nutraceuticals. And understand something. Every practitioner that's ever come to us that gets certified in whole life coach certification or Wolf non-surgical will give you a money back guarantee on their first treatment. And the reality is, I'm not putting them on the hook because I will actually pay for that refund of that Wolf non-surgical or that consultation. Because guess what? When you do things right, okay, people become the light. And understand something, we don't cure anyone. All we do is bring everything back into alignment and balance. Good day, Dana. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks, Doc. How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Excellent.
So, Dana, why don't you tell everybody where you're from?
Sure. We're in central North Carolina in a town called High Point. That's right between Raleigh and Charlotte, about halfway. And we've been here, I think, about 10 years or so with my gym. And then newly with the practice, we're in the same plaza. So it makes it easy for me to go between those two businesses.
So what is your practice? Can you tell people exactly what you do?
Sure. We have Wolf non-surgical, like you were mentioning before. We also have the Cardiomed bed, which is called external counter pulsation therapy. We just added that in March. So that's been fantastic for our clients because like you were talking about getting the circulation back, non-surgical is fantastic at that. That body work is like the best in the world for that. And this is just like another added, like icing on the cake, as they say.
So anyways, just so you know this, everyone, and this isn't me trying to blow anything up, but the reality is it took Dana 10 weeks after she got the Cardiomed bed. And if I can, Dana, I'm just going to tell everyone. So Cardiomed beds, they sell for $250,000 new. And if I can tell the story, Dana,
Sure.
Do you know why we're getting the Cardiomed beds, everybody? And if you go to bhnpowerpack.com, you'll actually see that Dana is actually on that website, because anybody that gets a Cardiomed bed, anybody that gets a Cell Sonic, Lori, can you see if you can handle this? Gets a Cell Sonic, okay, will actually be on bhnpowerpack.com, and we will refer to them. But right off the bat, everyone, so these Cardiomed beds sell for $250,000. They were put into most of the upper end hospitals throughout North America. Now, what happened is when they put them into these upper end hospitals, okay, are you ready for this? The cardio doctors were not getting the business they were getting anymore. Because I'm just going to tell you one little story that if you get somebody that even has a 92, 93% blockage, okay, if they get a 92 to 93% blockage, what's going to happen here is if they went to Dana or anybody else that had a Cardiomed bed and they did anywhere from 35 to 37 hours, they could do 1 hour twice a day as long as they hydrate properly. But if they did 35 to 37 hours, they have a brand new set of arteries in that heart. And understand something, the Cardiomed doctors said, yes, I mean, the cardio doctors said, look at surgeons, that is, said, look at the beds go where we go. The beds go where we go. So now the beds go where we go, okay? Because we are going in and we've got a contract and we're getting all the beds that have not had tons of hours put on them. And the thing is that I turn around and for $35,000, I sell these to practitioners, and then the practitioner gets to pick a whole life coach certification course, or they get to pick a Wolf non-surgical course for free. Anyways, Dana, I'd like you to tell them about some of the people you're working on, maybe some of the results, and with your non-surgical as well. Could you?
Sure, I can do that. So I'll start with a quick story. I had a gentleman come in for his non-surgical work, and he used to sell medical equipment a while back, I guess. And he had his own personal small business. And he came in, and our first treatment room, we have 3 separate treatment rooms here in the practice. And our first one is the Cardiomed bed. So when people come in, they can see it directly as they step in the door, and we have a small waiting area across from it. So people get to hear it, they get to see it working when people are on it. And he kind of took a double take and he took a step back. He's like, is that an external counter pulsation therapy machine? I said, yes. I said, how do you know that? And he said, those were amazing machines. And he's like, I'm so excited to see it here. And he said, I had bypass surgery about 1.5 years ago. And he said, I couldn't find one. And he said, here it is. And he said, I didn't know you had it. And I said, we just got it a few weeks ago. So he's very excited to be using that. But I'll start with our very first patient that we had come in. He was a friend of mine's husband, and I had seen him a few months before, but then he had been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. And by the time that I saw him, like a month after that diagnosis, I can tell you his skin was completely gray. His lips were blue. He was walking with a walker, which he didn't need prior to this. He just was in really bad shape. And I said, hey, this is what we have available to you. And he's like, this is what I want. And really the medical field had just kind of signed off on him and said, well, this is probably what you're going to pass from. So I said, I don't believe that to be the case. I said, I think if we can get your circulation back there, your heart's going to heal and you're going to get some kind of relief. So long story short, after about 35 treatments, which is the recommended packages that you do with Cardiomed bed, he started at about 20% heart function. He's upwards in, I think, 50% or more of, maybe closer to 60% now. And he went back to his cardiologist to get a little checkup in June. And she said, I didn't think I'd ever see you again. And here he is. He walked in. He hardly uses his walker. He just kind of carries it around with him, I think, for a little security. But his skin is completely back to a nice pink color. He's talking again. He's eating again. And another really nice side effect, he had type 2 diabetes. He was up in the 300s with his blood sugars, and A1C was about an 11, I think, 10 or 11. And now it's down to under a 6, which is amazing. He's taking less insulin. Sometimes he doesn't need it, and they're making adjustments with that. So the bed was for his heart, of course, when he came in, but he's had the side effect of that better circulation with his pancreas. And we're seeing that a lot. I've had probably about 5 or 6 people so far that have had their pancreas starting to restore, and they just can't believe it because their blood sugars are coming back into the normal ranges. And very quickly, sometimes within 5 to 8 sessions, we're seeing that. We've seen a lot of neuropathy. We have another client that had from about, I would say from the knee down, his legs were kind of bluish black. He couldn't feel them. He said he hasn't felt them in years. And he says, I've tried everything. And I said, well, you haven't tried this. So his very first time that he was on it, we watched his skin turn from that blackish blue coloring to perfectly pink. So those are pretty exciting things. And now he's actually able to play golf again. He was literally falling down on the golf course. And now he doesn't do that. He actually plays the game, and he's kind of back into his life. So it's been some pretty incredible things we've seen with that.
And what about dealing with non-surgical? Because you have a gym there, don't you?
I'm sorry?
You have a gym there? You do a lot of fitness, correct?
Yes. Well, they're in two separate locations, but we're right across the parking lot from my gym. I have clients that come in for recovery, so they'll come in and do a session on the med bed for recovery. I've got some amateur as well as high-end professional athletes that are actually using it to bring their oxygen levels up, O2 levels up before they go play. Whatever sport that they're doing. And of course, bodybuilders, I got several of those. People are coming in again to build more muscle because it has more circulation in it. And my non-surgical clients, when they're coming in, a lot of them will just pop on the bed right after or right before. It depends on what they're dealing with to get that oxygen again into the tissue and just help their healing. It's twice as fast. Broken bones is another thing we've been working with. People have fallen, broken a bone, like we had an elbow, 2 elbows actually. So they heal in about half the time.
Absolutely. And I know that you've had lots of people that that come in and that have seen many other practitioners. So can you tell us that, you know, some people have been dealing with something for maybe 5 years, 10 years, or even 15 years?
Oh, yes. Yep. I see that all the time. And I think probably a lot of the practitioners, your practitioner staff would say the same thing. Sometimes we're like their last stop. They've kind of exhausted everything in the medical field. And the medical field is like, well, we've given you all the meds we can give you. We've done the surgeries, we've done these things, and they just don't see the results. So a lot of times with Wolf Non-Surgical, we can help kind of get them onto the path of healing. But as you always say, they have to take massive personal action and do what we ask them to do, which is the perfect day, the non-surgical, and now, like I said, the med bed.
Absolutely. And so when did you start practicing? How long ago?
I guess about 3.5 years ago. I think that's right. Hopefully I'm not misspeaking. Yep. Yeah. I have about 220 non-surgical clients here in the practice, and I have about 90 clients at my gym. So when we got the med bed, people were super excited about it. So that's why, like you said, I was able to pay it off in such a short time. And I took massive personal action too, Doc, because I pulled out of my retirement to actually pay for the bed, and replacing that in the just 10 weeks time, it's been amazing. So
yeah, so exciting. you paid from us $35,000 US, and in 10 weeks time you paid your bed off. Now, yes, I'm not saying that everybody's going to do it, because not everybody's like Dana, but when you are passionate and you have purpose and you stay on the goal, and that's the big thing with today, eh, Dana? I mean, you must see patients all the time that are so distracted between the politics, between what's going on in the world, what's going on with their family, what's going on with their friends, that they're so distracted that they are off the mark of minding their own business, meaning on an emotional, personal, and business level, correct?
Yes, all the time. That's probably 100% of my clients at some point. Otherwise, they wouldn't be sick and they wouldn't have a circulation problem.
Yeah, so do you mind if I ask you, so what did you think of the Whole Life Coach certification? I tell everyone that it's not just for health professionals, it's also for lay people, it's also for teenagers, it's also for the elderly. I mean, when I say that it can change everybody's life, am I exaggerating, or what do you think?
Not at all. It changed my life. I wasn't a practitioner. I was a gym owner prior to going to the Whole Life course. And as soon as I did it, it shifted my entire, not only subconscious, like we talked about, but my conscious understanding of how people can heal, how I can heal myself, things that I've dealt with as well, my loved ones. And that was kind of my motivation at first. But then I also realized almost every single one of my gym clients needed some kind of non-surgical body work. They were suffering with things that I couldn't fix only through diet, or I couldn't fix only through exercise. So the package that the Whole Life course comes in, it'll give you absolutely everything you need if you desire to do a practice, it will do that. I have a fantastic practice because of it. And if you're looking just to help your family, your friends, it's going to provide you with a textbook that's going to assist you in doing that. Great references. Doc's got a free library. If you haven't spent time in there, I encourage people all the time to go there because that is free information. It's his life work that's in there, and it's our practitioners kind of meet that we grab onto to go and see how we can help our clients and patients. So take a look at that as well. If you're looking to do a course, they're all listed on all the websites that Doc's been giving you there. So go check it out. Talk to other practitioners. You're welcome to call me. I'll give you my number if that's okay, Doc.
Oh, please do it.
Yeah. So that's area code 315-360-2467. Again, that's 315-360-2467. You can reach me there. You better text me though. It's hard. I think I turned Doc into a texter. I'm so busy. A lot of times I can't pick up my phone. So just text me that you want to talk to me about practice or about the courses or anything like that, and I will find some time for you. No problems at all.
Absolutely. Just hold on, everyone. I've had a little bit of, today's been a day of testing on electronics, okay? So let me see if we've got it working. Yeah, we do. Okay, thank you. So the reality is what are you going to do? What are you going to do from here, Dana? Because you know you're going to get busy. How many non-surgical patients do you say you have now?
220 in the practice, and I usually, I would say anywhere between 18 and 22 non-surgical clients I see a week.
Yeah. Well, what are you going to do when you get the overload?
That's a great question. I'm going to
because you know as well as I do, things are not getting better out there, and I just want to be as gentle as I can about this. But you know, because people haven't heard about Wolf Non-Surgical, okay? They haven't heard about doing a perfect day lifestyle. They haven't heard about Cardiomed bed because the Cardiomed beds have been just sitting there in dust in the hospitals. They haven't heard about a cell sonic regeneration. We're always last on the list, aren't we? Everybody's first, like acupuncture, I have a doctorate in it, chiropractic, a massage, touch for health. It doesn't matter, but we're kind of last on the list. And then the reality is that everyone, just know this. Just because we're last on the list doesn't matter. We offer a money-back guarantee on the first treatment we do that it will outshine everything you've done. If you go into my library at docofdetoxlibrary.com, you're going to see if you go just even issues in the tissues and you watch that hour-and-a-half masterclass, you're going to find out why 99% of all the natural health practitioners are missing the mark because they're not getting the calcium back into the bone. They're not opening up the scar tissue that become knots and beef jerky. We know how to unravel that by using a technique called Wolf Non-Surgical that I actually put together when I was 28 years old. Okay. And just so you know, in 3 weeks, I'll be 67. So, you know, that has come a long way because the manual that you actually get with that is as good as any university professional manual. Yes or no, Dana?
Yes. Absolutely. And I can tell you that almost all my clients coming in are nearly referrals, either from the Doc of Detox. I've had many referrals from there. And it's usually a family member because they'll come in and they'll be like, I've tried acupuncture, I've tried chiropractic, I've tried medication. Some have even gone to surgery when looking at what they were dealing with, probably most likely, I'm not a medical doctor, but looking at it, it looks like we could have done something before going to surgery. They didn't probably have to do that. But most of my clients are like, I've tried everything. And I'm like, well, you haven't tried this. So as soon as they come in, we work on them. I've never had to give money back. I give the money back guarantee, but I've never had to give any money back. And actually, I have people who try to pay me more than I charge. So I'm like, that's a better problem to have. So I've never had a client that I couldn't help at least assist them in having less pain, more mobility, and just living a better life. So I'm very grateful, Doc, for your courses. And I know if anyone is thinking about doing it, just commit to it. Just go to it. Trust it. If you have a strong spiritual sense, you believe in God, trust what is there for you. Just go for it. Go for it. You'll be successful. It will all help you. It's a great family. There's many different types of practitioners that are in our association. So just talk to us. We'll fill you in some questions and answers and get you on your way to a course.
Absolutely. And just know this, everyone, if you come to a course, I'll give you a 3-day money back guarantee up until the end of the 3rd day. And, you know, the whole life coach course is only 9 days, and there's a day off after the 4th day. So it's actually only 8 days. So you're not going to be away that long, but I will bring the thunder down. You will find your authentic self. You will be able to lovingly stand up for yourself without disrespecting anybody else, because it's all about unconditional love and care for yourself. And believe it or not, it's one of the hardest things to teach. It is the hardest thing to teach because it is the one thing that is actually programmed out of us, because we are made to believe on a conscious and subconscious level that to love yourself first and foremost, and not have guilt and not put yourself on the hook or put chokeholds around you with all of the way the systems want to teach you. You feel that it's selfish. And Dana, you know as well as I do, everybody has a problem with it. You had a problem. I have a problem. The whole world has a problem with loving themselves, because we've been taught that everybody's supposed to fill up our heart like a gas station to make us tankful. And we can't get tankful until we go and have an inner standing and go inside ourselves and process through the heart, and then actually find that God spot in the heart, which has unlimited potential. And I kid you not about that. So, and even with our Wolf non-surgical, it's an elbow technique. And Dana, when I ask this, you can say no, but the elbow is more powerful than an x-ray, everyone. You can believe it or not. We can tell the difference between a calcification, scar tissue formation, crystallization, or we can tell the difference between what a fibroid is and a tumor is, or what a boil is, okay, or what a fatty cyst is. And that is the truth. I'm telling you right now that, you know, as human beings, okay, we will use energy medicine like Cardiomed. It will give you perfect circulation. And whether you know this or not, go to bhnpowerpack.com. You'll also see Dana's information there. So if you don't get it or you miss it or something, so that you can go to her for many other things, not just the Cardiomed bed, not just the Wolf non-surgical, but she does other things. Every practitioner does other things, okay? Because you got to find your way in this. And would you say that, Dana, that anybody that ever wanted to be a practitioner, that it's affordable? Because when you come for your first course, as soon as you leave, you're able to do perfect day consultations. You're able to do Wolf non-surgical right away and make really good money, because remember something, we're the only therapists I know that give a money back guarantee. So people have no problem testing us or challenging us, right?
Yes, I've had all of that. Actually, I came back from my first course. I had a plan. I planned on opening my practice directly, which I did. I think I did my first non-surgical appointment within about 10 days of coming back from my very first course. And I applied all the tools, like the 12 loving steps. One of the tools that we can use is being in the present moment and having that confidence, because Dr. Sage Wolf, obviously, he instills that in you during the non-surgical course. Because he kept telling me, you just go back and you do what you did here. It's the program so detailed and so on point that it was easy. I came home and I just went to it. I found somebody, I think I did, knee was the first thing that I worked on. I knew I had clients in my gym that had knee problems. So I'm like, hey, you, I got a money back guarantee that I can probably help that knee. And I just went, I did it. And literally I started my practice that day. So, and it's very affordable, not only the courses, but also to start your practice. It's not expensive. It's not expensive. You can do it.
You know what? The biggest thing is bringing the faith and the courage inside ourselves instead of outside of ourselves, looking for a savior or looking for someone to save us. Right? You got to become your own hero, which we teach. Everybody needs to do their own Braveheart Heroes contract. And then, you know, when you are of logical mind, when you are centered, okay, then what you do is you write a contract up and you follow through, and you do not care what the world thinks, says, or does. You do you, because you want to discover that authentic practitioner, that authentic healer. You want to go from patient to practitioner. You want to go from victim to hero. And this is what we do, everyone. And so, Dana, can you tell everybody? I'm not done with you yet, girl. But
It's fine.
can you tell everybody where you're located, how they get in touch with you, and your website? Because I want to do that yeah.
Yep, I can do that. I'll give you my phone number again. It's 315-360-2467. I'm in Central North Carolina, directly between Charlotte and Raleigh. And my website, actually, Gaston is resituating some things for me because we're adding in an infrared sauna. And we've got some other services that we're putting in there. So my website, you can go to it, but it's not quite reconstructed how we want it. But it's essentialelementshealth.com. And that's the name of my business as well. So, and you can find me on Doc's Map. I've had plenty of people do it that way too. All my information's there as well.
Yes. And just know this, everybody. I'm going to ask Dana and she'll tell you right from her heart. Dana, did I give you all the support with the Q&As and everything that I ever said I would be? And if you call me, am I there?
Yes, every single time, Doc. I've had you literally drop whatever you were doing and get back with me. And a couple of years ago, I lost my husband, and you were one of the few people that called me on my travels home to deal with all of that. And you totally, completely told me the truth. And it's what I was feeling in the moment. And it was added for me to feel supported and know that people cared about me, that they loved me, and that they were making sure that I was going to be successful in my life. So absolutely.
And understand something, everybody. I'm nobody special. All we want to do is we want you to find your potential so that, like what I did for Dana, Dana can do for others. You know, once you get rid of fear, which is false evidence appearing real, and you finally mind your own business and you do not watch the news, you do not listen to idle gossip, you do not get involved in anybody's opinion except unconditional love and care for yourself and this planet and everybody on it. That's all I'm trying to do. And that's all we're trying to teach. And we're trying to teach everyone, no matter if you had a trauma upbringing like everybody has, they're going to try to get you to focus on it. And they're going to try to get you to talk about it because it will choke the living crap out of you, because there is no PTSD. It's called shell shock. And the problem is that we teach people to keep on retelling their story, which creates a horror story for them, and they totally lose themselves. And you heard what Dana said. Present moment, own it. Present moment, heal. Present moment, become healthy, wealthy, and wise. Nowhere else you should be. You do not go into the past to try to learn how to forgive everyone. You don't do that. You need to learn how to totally love yourself to the point that you never have to forgive yourself, because people have unconditional love and care for themselves and process to their heart and know how to trigger that God spot. Well, they're not tripping up over it. Okay, so people say, well, what's your religion, Dr. Wolf? Well, I don't have a religion. It's unconditional love for everyone on this planet. And, you know, that's it. Okay, and that's all. Everybody is welcomed on our platform. It doesn't matter who you are. And understand something. You know, when you get low, you think that people think that you're low or you're a bad person. It's all just belief systems in your subconscious, which we'll get rid of during the Wolf during the whole life health certification. And then if you end up taking the Wolf non-surgical, everything gets emphasized, because people don't understand that the issues in your head, okay, become the issues in your tissues. Your personality, your reality, your success is all based on 7 inches. That's it. Dana, what do you think? Because I know you're making changes continually like me, 1% a day, right?
That's right. That's what it's all about. I'm a big person about writing things down, charting a calendar. I'm really organized that way. But I will tell you that the ability to use the tools that are given to you in the whole life course, not just for yourself, but also for your future self. Because when my husband died, if I had not had that program, I would not be where I am today. And I'll tell you why. Because I would have traumatized myself because of what other people were telling me. Do this, do that, right?
Well, they want you to live their life.
Yes. Well, and they want you to be miserable for some reason, like not consciously, but they want you to be right there in the trauma with them. And in this way, this was a trauma that was happening to me, but looking at my future self now today, I look at how successful my practice is. I have a wonderful relationship with Mitch. We work together in the practice, and he's sitting over here helping me with my technical stuff over here.
Can he come over and say hello? Can he say hello?
Oh, come on in. So if I had allowed myself to be traumatized and
hey, Mitch.
He's a little taller than me. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know who the traumatized is.
Yeah. Traumatized and broken over something I had zero control over. I had no control over that. But and followed what others wanted for me. I wouldn't have this wonderful man in my life. I wouldn't be prospering at my business, and many other things that have happened. So, like Doc says, it's all about you. Come to the course for you, and then you can be everything you want for the other people that are in your life too.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to share, Dana? Let them know anything about your clinic, what you're doing, or anything you'd like to say.
I think it's a lot about what we're doing. I'm just super passionate about it. I've always wanted to be helping and directing people to improve their health. I've done that in many different ways in my life. This is just the most comprehensive. And it's perfect for me as I get a little bit older. I'm not so much in the physical with, the gym and all of those things that I've done before, martial arts and ballet and all of these kind of things, bodybuilding. But now I can kind of tune into my more feminine side of things, or I was spending a lot of time in the masculine doing those things like in martial arts and bodybuilding. But now I can be on the more feminine side and really encourage people in their healing journeys. So I'm just absolutely loving it. And like Doc said, stay in the moment and just do it. You can do it. You can do it. Your dreams can be what you want them to be.
Yeah. And I don't want to be a party pooper, but just understand something, everyone. They brought on the trauma out there, okay? And they're going to bring it on. That's only 1/10 of what it's going to be over the next year. Are you going to mind your own business? Are you going to be the light for yourself and shine that on others and walk away from the conversations that bring you down? Let me tell you something, Dana, and this is the best thing that you said here today. Dana decided that what she was taught, that if this happens, I suffer for this long. If this happens, I suffer for that long. And if this happens, I suffer for this long. And she said, guess what? I'm going to intervene right now because my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters, my family, if this happened, they would suffer this long. Okay? And the reality is, whether you believe it or not, we've all been taught that love is about suffering. And understand, I haven't been able to totally end it, but I've ended it by at least 95, 98%. When I first started, my family said, who do you think you are? Jesus, Buddha. And I'm not putting them down. And they also said, you're cold-hearted and you're selfish. And now guess what? My family are doing the same thing I am, because the biggest thing that we are taught from those others is that suffering is the way. And that, guess what? Suffer today, you'll have a better tomorrow. You watch what happens when you end the suffering, okay? And you decide to keep a slight smile on your face, connect to the lion heart breath, get yourself a love band, life band, snap back into the present, do a couples connection with your brother, your sister, your daughter, your son, your boyfriend, your husband, or your brother. It doesn't matter. And you're going to find out something. There is no evil inside of us, but we have bad beliefs. People are not bad, but they have bad beliefs. And that doesn't mean we're going to hang around with everyone, because guess what? Your vibration and your frequency needs to be protected. And I think you understand that, don't you, Dana? And everybody gets to understand it after they go through a whole life coach. If you don't protect your vibration and you want to keep going back into the same situation that pulls your vibration, pulls your frequency down, then you expect this. When you come out of alignment, people call that dis-ease because you're not at ease anymore. And then guess what? Depending on the actual frequency of the vibration, the negative emotion, which it is, it will get stored in a certain part of your body, and you will call that a dis-ease, and then you'll call it autoimmune disease, and then you'll call it a critical care condition. Okay. And that's because you're in critical care up here because you didn't realize that you were supposed to go in and do the reprogramming, just like the computer that's behind Dana. If it didn't run the right program, it would not, because let's talk about the Cardiomed just a little bit. So everybody, when you go on the Cardiomed, why don't you tell them what happens when they go on the Cardiomed and how it works, Dana?
Yeah, sure. If you can see a little bit, there's pneumatic cuffs right there. They're very, very strong. They're not, often people will say, oh, are they like the ones you put on after surgery? And I'm like, no, that's not even remotely close. We're putting cuffs into the calf area, lower leg, into the thigh area, and then the buttocks and pelvis area. There are different ways with the computer that you can control the amount of pressure depending on, for example, very sick patient that I had that I was talking about earlier with the congested heart failure had started on a low pressure for him, right? Because he was at a pretty critical stage. But other people, my athletes, I'm going to be like, let's do some pressure here so that we can really get the oxygenated blood to all the areas that you need to. So once we get our clients into the cuffs, then we actually have leads that go on the heart area and also at the top part, just to keep track of the pulse and to keep track of the ECG that's also on the computer screen. Actually, would you bring it up for me? We can bring up the screen that shows, you can use mine if you like. So
and also, if I can say this to everyone, the cuffs are going to go on your lower legs, your upper legs, and around your pelvis. And when those cuffs actually contract, okay, that's in between your heartbeat. So when they contract in between your heartbeat, 60% of your body's blood is coming up into your pelvis. What do you think that does for pelvic problems or hip problems? What do you think that does for the spine? What do you think that does for creating information and light into the spinal fluid for the brain? What do you think that does for your whole abdominal area, for your lungs, for your brain? Look, guys, it affects everything. There's no symptom and there's no disease, but there are no diseases. Just remember, every symptom becomes a disease when you go to the wrong practitioner. Oh, did you hear what I just said? And understand, 99% of all practitioners are going to turn the burner down for you so you don't have as much pain, much swelling, much stiffness, or much inflammation. But guess what? How about we just flip switch it where the swelling's completely gone, the inflammation's completely gone, and the stiffness is gone, okay, and the pain. And guess what? With Wolf non-surgical perfect day protocol and the Cardiomed bed, you're going to bring down the thunder. And understand, the day of the specialist has fallen off the cliff. Well, I'm going to go see my nose and ear specialist because I've got earaches and sinus problems. I'm going to go see my specialist about my ovarian problem. Everything is whole body healing. Everything is about the whole body. The invisible creates the physical. The psychological rules the biological. So our practitioners, even though you might go, well, wait a minute, you're trying to tell me that in a 25-day course, okay, and that's in total, 25-day course, that I'm going to have the whole life health certification, Wolf non-surgical certification. I'm going to come home and open up a practice, and I can actually offer money back. And Dana, I'm not trying to throw us off of the computer, but it comes right back to it, doesn't it, Dana?
Yes, absolutely. And I think I see clients that they don't believe me, they're going to have the response that they have. But one that really gets the men is I tell them usually in about 3 to 5 sessions, if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, it usually fixes it pretty fast. So that's been a big seller. I can tell you that much. So,
and Dana, if I can say something, what we do, it takes, you're right, 3 to 5 sessions. And also we'll take the cell sonic regeneration and we'll actually do 250 pulses all around the base. And remember something, that's 25,000 volts put into a love harmonic. So yeah, so now we've got a lightning rod. Okay.
Absolutely. And then add non-surgical pelvic work in there. It's like you're a rock
There it
star
is.
by the time I get. So, just briefly, the machine is extremely advanced, and what I mean by that is, Doc mentioned it. It's actually pulsating when your heart beats the blood out and into the extremities, right? That's sending oxygenated blood to all the parts of the body. When the heart does that beat, it actually relaxes and the electrical charge over the heart calms down and all the chambers calm down. That's when the machine senses that it's time to pulse back up to the heart to get that blood back into that area so that you can actually get oxygenated blood much faster to areas of the body that are really lacking that. So it's a very, very sensitive machine. It's high tech but mechanical at the same time, so it's a really great balance there. So it's easy to use. You're going to have great training from well, it depends on who's your trainer, but from the people that deliver it to you, you're going to have great training with them. It's not difficult to use. It's just really quite easy to use. So once you get the hang of it, you learn and kind of understand how the leads work. The pulse, all of that. It goes, I know sometimes people look at the console and they're like, it looks so confusing. It's really not. It's very it's got color code on it. So once you learn how to do it, it's, like I said, very easy to do. And people love it. Most of the time they fall asleep. I have to come in and check on them, make sure everything's okay. Most of the time they're far gone, napping deeply, and just super relaxed when they get off of it. So people with anxiety, I've seen that calm down directly as well. So,
And another benefit, everyone, is I'm the only one that does this. Even if you were to buy a brand new Cardiomed bed, and like I said, they sell upwards if you get them brand new, 250,000. We sell them to our practitioners for 35,000, and they can pick one course, whether whole life health coach certified or Wolf non-surgical certified. But we gave Dana, like everybody else, 2-year warranty. She has a 2-year warranty. She paid it off in 10 weeks. Not everybody's going to do that because, she's a take action, present moment girl. And but the reality is you've got a warranty on this thing for 2 years. So you've more than paid for your unit over and over again. And of course, anything made is going to need someday. I mean, it's going to need some help. But the reality is, they're built well, aren't they? They're built solid.
They are, and they were fantastic in delivery and everything. They were very detailed with us. They set it up completely. They put it exactly where we wanted it in the room here for the treatments that fit with our practice. So they're very accommodating. They went through all the training, asked as many questions as you want. And it was just, like I said, it was a really easy process. So, and I can help you be as successful as you are. Just give me a call. Like I said, there are ways that you can do it. I've been in business for myself since I was about 19 years of age. So I can show you some of the things that I've done and how to kind of spur that practice growth on for you.
And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. If anybody, it'll be Dana that will take your fear to faith. And that's what it is. And once you have faith, you'll have courage. And then you'll trust in yourselves. We've been taught not to trust in ourselves, whether it's emotional, physical, or in business. How about if we get that? Where do you think you would be? So look where Dana is, okay? And understand something. She didn't come and take whole life coach and was in a bad situation. She was already a rock star. All we did was just put an extra rocket on her back. So I'm not taking credit for nothing. And understand, I take credit for nothing. When you come, we have done nothing for you except unleash your potential. That's it. Right, Dana? That's all we've done. We've just created the most efficient strategies, the best energy medicine, the most high vibrational nutraceuticals, and we've given you the perfect day that you can orchestrate with anyone from hemorrhoids to stage 4 inflammation.
Yes. Yep. The course helped me get out of my own way. We all have doubts. We have programs that don't serve us. We have people in our life. I've had, expect this if you decide to go this path, that you might have people that leave your life that have been in your life a long time. But what you're going to get back is what Doc was talking about, a higher vibrational person that's going to excel your life, that's going to enhance your life. And that's why I was saying for my future self with Mitch, we're both people who take that very seriously about the vibration and our relationship with God. So like Doc was saying, you have to trust that. If you have a good relationship with God, you're going to be able to do what you need to do, right? You're going to have that trust in yourself. And like he said, the God spot that's in your heart, activate it, stick to it, and just go to it. And Doc, I gotta say goodbye because I gotta go train some people at my gym. So
Okay,
I got a
and
class coming up. Yes.
Dana, I'm going to Australia, so I'm leaving tonight. But
Yeah.
would you be so kind? I would love to reshoot this when I'm in studio. Okay, and that
Yeah.
would be around September the 3rd, 4th. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds great. I'd love to do that.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Dana, and thank you for being such a blessing and just sharing today. Okay. Oh, can
Same
you
to
tell
you, Doc.
everybody? I want to. I forgot how to get in touch with you. Can you tell us?
Sure. Let me tell you a couple of ways you can do that. You can find me on Doc's map there when you're looking for the Cardiomed bed. And the easiest way is
Well, they can go to cardiomedbed.com or bhnpowerpack.com. Doesn't matter.
there you go. And the easiest way to get me and the quickest way is to text me at 315-360-2467.
Thank you, Dana. Have the best day of your life, and I know you will.
Same to you, Dad. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
So there you go, everybody. So that's Dana. And Ken, there you go. So everybody, let me just adjust this. I don't know what happened here, but I think it came when we lost the video. Okay, I'm just going to adjust this just a little bit. Whoop. You may not know this, but I'm actually in a hotel room, and I'm making the best out of this show. Okay, and I hope that you've enjoyed it so far. But right now, what I'd like to do is I want to go through because I really do believe that we have something special to offer. Okay, you can go to cardiomedbed.com. I just want to tell you what you receive from us. First off the bat, you can do your own homework, and you'll find out that these Cardiomed beds do sell upward for $250,000, and we don't sell anything unless it's in mint condition. In mint condition, and if anything wasn't in mint, it gets replaced. Okay, so understand. I just need you to understand my mission. I want to create Power Pack clinics, and they're not called Power Pack clinics. Everybody has their own name, but I want to create Power Pack clinics all over the world, and we're doing it. We have them in Australia, Lithuania. We have them in Canada. We have them in the United States. We have them in Mexico. And we have quite a few of them actually starting up in Australia. And I'm heading over there right now. And I'll be doing a lecture in Sydney and Melbourne, a day with the doc on Saturday in Sydney. Melbourne is on Sunday. And it's from 10 until 3. And then I'll be doing clients on Monday, flying out Tuesday to Brisbane, and then you can take a look at my schedule. I'll be going to Brisbane, Byron Bay, and then Coffs Harbour, and then we're going to do our complete training over there of whole life health coach certified and Wolf non-surgical certified, and we have 4 spots left in both courses. And so the reality is, I want to prove to the world that we've all been sucker punched, and that not just the medical system, but the natural health system. Take a look, and this isn't a challenge, but take a look at how many practitioners or clinics offer a money-back guarantee on their consultations, their treatments, their trainings, and their certifications. Well, that's who we are. And I do it for a reason, because everything has been watered down and twisted. And what Lori and I do, that's my partner, Lori, what we do is we want to create a program that actually helps people have their own clinic without the hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're proving it, for the trainings and for the equipment. And we want to prove to people that after they do this, they have unlimited support, whether they're a patient or whether they're a practitioner. They have unlimited support. I call everyone back. I do Q&As every Monday. Sage does Q&As on Thursday. Okay. So let me just go through some things with you now. And for some of you, who aren't really interested in becoming a practitioner or owning a Cardiomed bed or getting cell sonic regeneration. Those are the two devices we use to prove that everything is reversible. Everything is reversible. Okay, we use those two systems along with Wolf non-surgical, Perfect Day lifestyle, building it on emotional, physical, nutritional level. And then I do have the most highest vibrational nutraceuticals. And years ago, I used to be challenged because I used to say it, but people don't challenge me anymore because that part is the God's truth. So when somebody comes and they want to purchase a Cardiomed bed from us, what you receive when you purchase is you get one free practitioner training of your choice, whether it's a whole life coach, whole life health coach certification. It's a 9-day course. It's usually $3,900. And that's actually going to be for free. Or you can take the Wolf non-surgical, which is $4,900. All right. And you also get a wholesale VIP program for all the Doc of Detox products. You get an affiliate sales program for all the Doc of Detox. What that means that you can give your link out to anyone, whether it's family or friends, and they're always going to get that discount. Or if you don't want to do that, then they can just come to you, or they can just use that, and then you get paid on that. We have weekly practitioner Zoom trainings with Dr. Daryl Wolf, Dr. Sage Wolf, but also with Lorraine Clifford, who is she's a master practitioner, and she teaches the pelvic restoration and disease prevention for women, and she's a rock star. You've probably seen her before. And we have an exclusive practitioner portal that you will be able to go into that is only for practitioners. Access to referral network and practitioner world map. We have a world map on bhnpowerpack.com. Your name, your address, your phone number, everything goes on there. If you just get a Cardiomed bed, it goes on there. If you just get a cell sonic regeneration, it goes on there. But when you get the both, of course, you're going to be in both maps. Okay. All right. Let me just show you a couple other things. I'll try to go through it quickly. So BHN Power Pack, well, our Power Pack clinic is in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo. And this is the Cardiomed bed that you saw. And this here is the cell sonic regeneration. Oh, you have no idea. I am going to be putting a video up, and that video up is going to be going up tomorrow. If it's not tomorrow, and also I'm going to be playing this video for my practitioners on Monday night. So if you're a practitioner and you want to come on a practitioners meeting, just call me or call the office. They'll give you a link, okay, to that meeting. It'll be 7:00 Eastern Standard Time on Monday. I'm going to be playing a video with the person who created his name is Dr. Michael Gordon, who has created the cell sonic regeneration for us. And I was really impressed with it a few months ago, and I like to take everything slowly. I told him what I'd like to see in it. And yesterday, he came here and he showed us the new unit. It blew my mind. Lori, did it blow our minds?
Yes, it did.
We have never, ever used an energy medicine device like this in our life. Okay. And remember, this is called cell sonic regeneration. We'll get to that in a minute. But what this does, it'll shut down stage 4 inflammation. It will fracture the calcium that's around the mitochondria that make your ATP, that are everything. Okay. It will actually bring the electrical current back into scar tissue and help it to become connective tissue. And when you do Wolf non-surgical, it's just mind-boggling. It's, instead of doing an hour on a certain area, we're talking about 20 minutes after we go in with the cell sonic at a higher pulse, okay, frequency, and then we do the non-surgical, and then at the end, we go in with a lighter pulse to shut down all inflammation. I mean, this is the future, and it's here. Okay, the future of energy medicine is here with this power pack. Okay, so like I said, when you get, if you ever want to purchase a Cardiomed bed, you get a whole life coach or Wolf non-surgical certification. Also, just know this, that you have access to Gaston. And that means that if you don't have a website, which you should get one, we'll build you a website that would usually cost you around $5,000 to $7,000, depending who you go to. And we will build that website for you for $2,250. Okay. And that's not a lot of money. because we need, and then you'll get my whole store. You'll get my whole library with all my master classes in there as well. And you will actually build this to suit you. If you don't want my products in there, don't put them in there. If you only want some of them, put them in there. If you want other products, put them in there. If you want other trainings, other treatments in there, understand there is no competition. Unless we come together as a family, we're in big trouble right now. So whether we need to come together and allow each other to have the space and the place to find our authentic self and honor each other. Okay? With the cell-sonic regeneration, you will get a complete training. You'll get the Whole Life Coach health certification. Okay? Whole Life Coach health certification. And you'll get the Wolf non-surgical certification. And if you're a woman, you will get the 3-day masterclass for women pelvic restoration, which is beyond, it's everything. I mean, it's the holy grail for women. And let's say you're a man and of course you're not going to be in that class. You can always send your wife, or you can send someone who works in your clinic, and then you can have them in charge of pelvic restoration for women. Okay? Are you with me? Okay. Okay, so cell-sonic regeneration, the world's most powerful energy medicine device. How about 25,000 volts put into a love harmonic, and it will affect the cells as if it was 25,000 volts. But because it's in a love harmonic, this will never, ever, there is never any damage. Just like the Cardiomed bed, it doesn't, there's no negative side effects. The cell-sonic regeneration, there's no negative side effects. This board lights up, and you can actually push on the body part, and it will tell you what to do. But when people come through our training, we even give them more, because when they're doing Wolf non-surgical, Whole Life Coach, Perfect Day consultations, and using our nutraceuticals, we put the whole package together, okay? So that you go in there, oh my gosh. Well, just know this, you're going to be busy. And understand something. You don't just work on humans. You work on pets. You work on dogs. You work on cats. You work on horses. And if you haven't seen our pet show yet, you might want to go into docofdetoxlibrary.com and look at that. Look at the pet guide. Okay, and go in there and watch the videos that we've done. I've worked on thoroughbred horses that were worth $65,000, Lori? And they were crippled up, and we had used our energy medicine on them, believe it or not, and Wolf non-surgical. And hey, it doesn't matter. You know, we're all basically the same. Okay, all right. Okay, so what happens if you get what you receive when you purchase the cell-sonic regeneration energy medicine device? Well, I already told you. You get both courses plus the woman's masterclass, okay? So that comes to actually $12,000 approximately, okay? And that's what you get. And then you get everything else that we already said for the Cardiomed bed. I don't want to run through that. For those of you interested, you can call me at 469-861-8884. And you can call me on WhatsApp, or that's a direct USA phone number. And anywhere in the world, you're not going to pay for that. And if you've got USA calling, then call that. But if not, you can call me on WhatsApp on that phone number, the 8884, and you'll pay nothing, or on FaceTime. Or you can get me at 855-900-4544, extension 5. That's my extension. And you'll see that phone number if you forget on our website. Okay? All right. So where do we have complete healing retreats? Our biggest healing retreat, and we have what's called a DOD 5-star healing retreat, and it's in a beautiful home. And you get not just the 2 energy medicines we talked about, you get the most powerful infrared in the world. You get the most powerful PMF in the world, okay? And then we also was sentient element that can put on any frequency to actually bring down any virus, any bacteria, or even on an emotional level, teaching the body, over 10,000 frequencies. We also have what's called a vitamin D light, but it's got crystal panels, pure crystal panels, that actually cause vitamin D crystalline right into your cells. And if you know about vitamin D, you know that everything is a frequency, right? So we want to shoot right in there. We also have Bioptron, which is a full spectrum energy medicine device. We have an infrared chair that you sit on, and the infrared will actually go up 20 inches into your spinal column. It'll totally radiate infrared into every tissue cell in your pelvis. Now, what kind of healing do you think that is? Remember something, we don't heal anyone. We just bring in the frequency, okay, the vibration, okay, and that does the rest of the work. I mean, because if you're accepting of it and you magnetize to it, then what can't you turn around? So that is in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico. And it's the most beautiful home. You also have in your backyard, which is the jungle all around you. And it's only 5 minutes from the most amazing restaurants, 5 minutes from the beach, about 4 minutes from the golf course. And you can fly into Mexico City, and then it's a 45-minute flight to Zihuatanejo, and it's 15-minute drive right to the DoD five-star house. But during the season, I mean, if you were flying from LA, where I am now, you could probably get a direct into Zihuatanejo because it's an international airport. But during the season where everybody goes down to Mexico, you'd probably get a direct flight. And by the way, it's totally safe. It's so totally beautiful. It's the safest place I've ever lived. We're also setting up a DoD five-star health and healing retreat at Food Forest Abundance with Jim Gale, Gulf's Landing, Florida, USA, opening fall 2024. Okay. All right. So if you're in Florida, we also have another one, okay, run by Tora Klein. And that's where I'm going. She's my host for this whole Australian tour. And you can go to TK Lifestyle Solutions. And that's Tora Klein, Coffs Harbour, Australia. If you want her phone number, just go to bhnpowerpack.com, okay? All right, bhnpowerpack.com. Or if you forget that, you can call the office and we'll give you her phone number. I don't have that offhand. Lori, can you see if you can find that? And then I can tell them.
Cora?
Yeah, so I won't go through this, everyone, but when you come to us at DoD5star.com in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, we're going to give you the ultimate healing experience, the most powerful treatment experience, the life-changing treatments and training experience. You can get everything from a training to a certification. The Wolf non-surgical certified experience. And understand, you can come there for advanced water fasting. You can come there for juice fasting. You can come there for just a whole plant-based diet. You can come there and just say, I'm not ready to change my diet. I'm not ready to do anything. I want to use the energy medicine and just get Wolf non-surgical. Or you want to come there and you want to have some deep emotional training. I do a lot of couples connection training for couples so that they can really get into the unconditional love for themselves and each other and get rid of those belief systems of judgment, right? To really open up to the unlimited potential that every couple has, okay? All right, and there's a lot of different trainings. You can go to personaltreatmentandtrainings.com or just go to DoD 5-star. All the trainings are on there, okay? All right, now, Tora Klein's number, she has 2 retreats. She has one in Coffs Harbour on the beach, and she has another one up in the mountains. Oh my God, it's absolutely gorgeous. Okay, and her phone number is +61 413 993 493. Okay, all right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyways, and let's say you can't come to us. Well, Dr. Sage Wolf will come to you anywhere around the world. Okay, and he will come and he will do a personal treatment and training where he's just teaching your family how to do non-surgical on each other, or he'll come for a certification in home or in clinic. And that's where he is right now. He was just in Nova Scotia doing one, and now he's on his way to Toronto. And then from there, he'll be joining us in Australia to then teach the Wolf non-surgical certification there. All right. So yeah, we go all over the world. If you can't come to us, we'll come to you. We will teach your caregiver how to do Wolf non-surgical. Let me tell you something. There's no reason for a cane. There's no reason for a walker. There's no reason for most wheelchairs. You know what? Well, we fly a lot, don't we, honey?
We do, yeah.
And I'm going to tell you something. In the last 7 years, Lori, it went from 1 wheelchair to 12.
Yeah.
So the average wheelchairs that we see lining up now are 12 wheelchairs at the airplane. Most of these people can walk still. It can be difficult because they're inflamed, they've got pain, they're stiff, but all of this can be reversed. And understand something, it can be reversed in anyone that wants to take massive personal action. But I've already said this before, and I teach all my patients this, that you know what, you're not going to like this, but 65% of the patients that come to us, they come to us, okay, not to get well, but to challenge us that nobody can get them well. How would you like to have a belief system like that? Okay, if there's a hell, that's a hell. Okay, because just know this, that your belief systems, okay, they're the invisible bonds that will lock you down, that will create suffering for the rest of your life. And they will. That's called the chokehold. And you don't even know you have it. Because most people think that this is my personality. Well, no, it's not. The time of you actually entering the womb until 7, how everybody acted around you and how you perceived it, that's the personality you have. And you're not stuck with it. And this is why I tell people that whole life health coach certification is for everyone. So anyways, if you don't want to come to us, Dr. Sage Wolf will go to you and he'll create the perfect day. He'll teach you how to do Wolf non-surgical, whether it's on a professional or it's on a personal level. Okay? All right? And here is my schedule. And Saturday, I will be in Sydney. And then on Sunday, I will be in Melbourne. And I'm there from 10 until 3. It's free to everybody. Okay, you can go to braveheartnation.com or bhnuniversity.com and you can just register there. It's free. Come and challenge me. Oh, come and challenge me if you don't believe that I'm telling you the truth. Okay, I would never do anything else, but guess what? Just because everybody's doing something doesn't make it right. And just because you heard something for the first time in your life doesn't make it wrong. So let's just see if we can be open-minded and just try to tap on that God spot, because that's called infinite potential. That's what that is. That's infinite potential. All right. And then from there, I'll be going to Brisbane. Okay. And then from there, I go to Byron Bay, and then I go to Coffs Harbour. And then after that, okay, I'll be in Coffs Harbour to teach the Whole Life Coach certification from August the 7th to 15th. Wolf non-surgical certification from August the 17th to August the 28th. Then it's at Sanctuary Resort, okay, 250 Pacific Highway North, Bombi Valley, Coffs Harbour. And you can call +52 755 558 2806 if you want to reserve. Look at where we're going to be teaching. Take a look at that, everybody. Look at the view, okay? Come on. I promise you, the most beautiful, exciting, life-changing, life-saving adventure that you've ever had. And we've reduced all our prices by almost up to 40%, haven't we, honey? And understand something. It's not that we were overpriced before. It was like, Daryl, make a decision. Drop the price or people can't afford you. They're paying more for gas, more for food, more for their rent, more for everything. And understand something. Just because they want to screw us around, okay, rule school us and fool us, okay, sometimes, you know what, we got to take the hit. We got to keep our passion and purpose moving, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to keep it moving forward, okay? This is my whole agenda for 2025. You can take a picture, or you can go to bhnuniversity.com or braveheartnation.com, and you'll see we're doing Extopasy-Watanago, okay? Actually, it's not showing here. Yeah, that's 2025. But we have in October in Extopasy-Watanago, we have the whole 3 courses, okay? And then in 2025, we do it again in January. And then we're going to Alberta, Calgary, Alberta, and we'll be there in March, okay? And then we'll do another one in April in Extopasy-Watanago, Mexico. And then we're going to be in Florida in May, and then back at Extopasy-Watanago in October the 1st. And guess what? In between all of this, okay, just so you know, in between all of this, okay, we are actually, if you guys can bring the video back to me, that'd be great. And in between all of this, we just opened up BHN Studio, okay, studios, and we have 5 different studios. We're going to have practitioners coming from all over the world to do their master classes. They're actually going to do their commercials about their trainings or about whatever they do. And they're also going to be coming in, and we have what's called Braveheart Nation app. BHN. BHNAPP. That's BHNAPP.com. Go there and test drive the app. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you don't like, what you do like. And the reality is on that app, we're going to be having some of the most controversial, life-threatening people that will be coming to do shows every other week or every week to bring you the God's truth. The God's truth. Okay? This is just our prices right here, everyone, to show you that all our pricing is reasonable for anybody. Okay? And that was the app. We talked about it. Download the PDG free.com guide. Go in and read that. Go in and read the PDG free.com guide and then tell me that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I don't understand that 1 and 1 is 2 and that I'm not logical, and tell me that we haven't cracked, the big lie that we can't heal and we don't know how to heal and we have to ask some specialist or some surgeon or some physician to numb us out or cut stuff out of our body. Go in there. I don't care if you're a medical doctor or you're a functional medicine doctor or who you are. Go in and read that and then come on and challenge me. Okay? All right? You know what? You know what people like to do? They like to challenge anything that threatens them, especially when it comes to their money. Well, I'm not after your money. Okay? I'm after trying to see if I can give my 43 years of in the trenches training free to the world and say, you got this. Go from patient to practitioner. Stop getting treated. You're getting mistreated. Start treating yourself. Why can't you come and just take the courses? You're going to spend a lot more money and a lot more suffering, but most people are running a suffering program. Tell me I'm wrong. Track yourself, track your family, and see how much you suffer. See how much you suffer. Oh, whoever suffers the most in a family loves the most, right, guys? They're also the sickest. They're also drained. Remember, we are electrical, magnetic, light energy beings, and guess what? These psychos feed off of our emotion. They get off on us going to war with ourselves, war with our family, and going to war in other countries and killing people. Oh, and I don't really care. Some people go, does he have to get into that? No, I do. Because the reality is we're all getting sucker punched. We're all created by the same God. And that's why unconditional love is my religion and nothing else. My father was a born-again Christian pastor, and I loved him, and I learned a lot from him. But you know what? I wanted to tweak my own life, and that is this, is that, you know what? Everybody's my brother and sister, okay? They may not have the same beliefs as me, but guess what? They deserve the same love as everybody else, and that's it, okay? All right, so the only permanent healthcare is self-care. The only permanent love is self-love. And you know what? That's not some kind of fortune cookie little thing that you cracked open. This is what it's all about. If you could pull this off, okay, you would be hurting nobody, and especially yourself. Wouldn't it be great if you didn't hurt yourself? Wouldn't it be great if you didn't use love as a ransoming tool for yourself and your family and everyone else? Don't tell me you don't do it. We've all been programmed to do it. And I'm not going to ransom any love because I'm going to fill up my heart like a gas tank and be tank full so that I don't make Lori or Sage or any other of my beautiful children or my friends or the rest of the world responsible for me. Listen, if you're not well right now, it's not your fault. I'm not kidding. You're off the hook, okay? But it's your responsibility to take massive personal action. But you say you have no energy? We'll just take it a step at a time. You know that little slug that's going across your front porch, and you open up your door and go, whoa, and then guess what? You come back in, you make yourself a drink, you go back out and you go, where'd he go? She go. And you go, wow, you can move that slow and get somewhere. Just do 1% a day. What could happen to you in 100 days? So you want to fly? I got to fly tonight. But before I actually fly in that plane, I'm going to first love myself. Okay. And so when I get to the airport today, I'm going to go through all the things that I do when I take flights, and whether they're short or long. When they're long, I just do more of it. And you're going to go, wow, he's kind of crazy. I mean, look at all the stuff. He's got about 8 different things there. Well, I'm going to explain why I do them. And just remember this. I go on the flight tonight at 11 o'clock. I land in the morning at 6:30 Okay. By the time we get our baggage, by the time we get there, it's not 6:30. It's going to be 8:30. And then at 10 o'clock, okay, I'm going to be doing a lecture from 10 until 3, and then get out of there around 4. Go catch a plane at 6 to Melbourne. Then the next day, I'm going to do the same thing over again. And people go, how are you going to do that? How are you going to do all this? And I go, one bite at a time, and I'm gonna chew it really well, and I'm gonna digest it and be in the moment. And that's all we need to do. Just remember this. Together, we are stronger, everyone. And that's my mission and my purpose is I'm creating a Braveheart Nation. I don't want followers. I want people to come into the BHN app, people to actually come on into our library and do our master classes. I want people to download the PDG free.com guide and say, I found myself. I don't need Dr. Wolf and I don't need anybody else. I don't need anybody else. Depending on what you want to accomplish in your life, I just want to be there for that. And then I want you, especially those people who say, I'm going to come and take his courses, but I don't want you to say that. I want you to say this. I'm going to come and take Dr. Wolf's courses, and I'm going to even do better than him. And you know what? I want to hear you say that when you're in my class. And I actually have people saying that in my class, because my success is not success if I don't have people taking my information and my strategies, okay, and doing better than me. I think if there was a failure, that would have been it. But I will never fail anyone because I will make sure that I follow through. Okay? People will fail themselves before I'll fail them. All right? And these are ways to contact me or how you can get other information, whether you want to come to the DOD 5-star clinic or whether you want to download the pdgfree.com or you want to take our trainings or you just have questions, you dial 0. But if you want to talk to me, you dial 5 on our 800 number. And like I said, you can call me on WhatsApp or USA Direct on my other phone. And just know this, it's an honor to talk to you. It's an honor to answer your questions. And and you know what? It's an honor to get rid of the whole doctor thing that, you pay for a consult and then it's over. And if you want more, you got to go back in and pay more money. You'll come to us, and if you get one of my master practitioners, you'll pay $150. That's a one-time fee. You'll never pay again. Just go to consultations on the website. You'll never pay again. I don't care how often you come back, how many questions you ask. And if your trainer or practitioner is not there for you, then you'll call me. And you've got all kinds of support. And then you've got other master practitioners that are on the phone as well. Just know this, we're here to help you. And those people that want to consult by me, I charge $350, but you become my patient. And that means you get my personal number. And that means you call me when you need me. And we go from there. And just know this, I'll give you a money back guarantee, because a lot of people say, well, how can you do it? You can't do that. Well, you can when you created the PDG free.com guide, when you have the BHNapp.com, when you have the Doc of Detox library, okay? And when people understand that you have to have an understanding that you're the hero, you're the practitioner that you've been looking for. And that's the reality. Okay, so this is the Braveheart Oath, everyone. And I would just, can you guys bring it up full so people can see it? Thank you. All right. I am loved. I am healed. I am Braveheart. Today and every day, from the moment that I rise until I gently close my eyes, I will always trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because I am, I can. I am loved. I am healed. I am Braveheart. We're stronger when we come together. 3, 2, 1. You've got this.